Hey, it's your girl KV back with another review for Real Housewives of Atlanta, Peaches and Pistols, Season 16, Episode 6, Peace Interrupted. Y'all, it has become a task to keep up with this show. I'm so glad I did not pick up any other shows since everything else that I review is on a break, because this is turning into Love and Marriage Huntsville, where we gotta check the blogs, we gotta check YouTube, we gotta check Twitter, we gotta check the people that's on the show, what they're saying back and forth to each other. It's becoming a task. And I probably have to end up doing a whole nother review for this next week. This week, or just leave it for next week, because I haven't watched Kenya's stuff. I know Kenya dropped a YouTube. I don't think I've watched any of Portia's. I just kind of let the YouTubers, Jamie, that's me, I watch her and she reviews it all. So she watch it, so I ain't got to, and I just get the synopsis and the high points from her. Because I just, gotta do my Mariah. Okay, that's how I be feeling sometimes. Like, I'm done. I am done. Okay, don't talk about nothing else in this week of Real Housewives. Okay, so as far as the behind the scenes, what's happening online, like I said, we've seen so much stuff. I know that Jessie Woo, that's another person I watched. Jessie Woo had dropped in one of her reviews that she feels like, or she knows from a little birdie, that allegedly it was Ming Lee who gave the pictures to Kenya. Because I'm truly trying to figure out, where are these pictures? The fact that nobody has dug them up and post them online and be like, this is the picture that they're talking about. This is the picture that they're talking about, guys. This is the picture. The fact that nobody has done that, it leads me to believe that, yeah, you got these pictures from somebody. Because if it was an OnlyFans still out there, if it was a webcam out there, we have dedicated fans for this fan base that would have paid that little subscription to figure out where these pictures come from. But nobody has dug them up. So it's really leaving it open that you got these from somebody and not on the internet. So Jessie Woo said it was Ming Lee. She was the only one that was not surprised in the salon opening when it happened. And she also shares an ex-boyfriend with Britt. They both dated Rick Ross. Ming Lee said she ain't gave nobody no pics. She said, baby, I ain't gave nobody no pics. The dirt that I got on Britt is still in my phone from 11 years ago. And she posts a picture with all the phones that she's had since then. Like, it's in every phone. The dirt I got on you is still in my phone. Huh? What's the dirt? If it's that deep and that serious that you got it, you still got this saved for a rainy day, and this is over 5 years ago? Baby, I don't know nothing about Ming Lee. All I know is she's the housewives friend. I guess we'll see more about Ming Lee when Basketball Wives come back. But that threw me. I was like, what? And then I think Britt ended up coming to the front and being like, actually, I bet you she did get it from you, because you told me yourself, either Britt or Portia, I can't remember. Like I said, it be so much going on with these girls, I can't keep up. So either Britt or Portia was like, girl, you told me that you did it. You was drunk and you would talk to me for like an hour talking about you had this and da. I was just like, okay, all right. And then, of course, everything's been floating around with Kelly, her post where she was like, when you defend somebody only to find out why everybody don't like them. I said, yeah, girl, you was spending hard energy and hard-earned money that you fighting with for your husband, trying to keep this girl uplifted, bringing flowers, bringing food, and checking on her, all for you to experience what everybody else has. Kelly is a girl's girl, so I'm not gonna hold that against her. She's gonna ride with who rides for her. So we'll get onto that later. But sometimes you just have to assess who you riding for and why you gotta keep riding for them. I had a friend back like that when I was in high school where, you know, you got your friend back. Your friend, somebody trying to come at your friend, you like, hold up, this one? Not this one? You must be talking about that one because you ain't talking about this one. But when I had to keep repeatedly doing this and I'm finna get into fights and people not liking me because I'm with her, I had to be like, wait a minute. This friendship is getting me into more chaos than my life deserves. Because I'm not taking on, at this big age, I'm not taking on your beefs for you. If somebody do you wrong, yeah, I might feel away. I might even express that I feel away. Like, girl, you know you was wrong for that. Yeah, I know what you did to her. Yeah, you wrong for that. But to just have to keep doing this, Kelly. And then online, and we'll get to this. We'll just talk about it now. Portia said on her channel that these pics of Britt were underage pics. I said, those are some strong allegations, girl. Portia, she's given way too much in the wrong way and not enough in the right way. Like, she is a flop on this season. And I understand that her whole way of being was basically snatched from up under her with her filing for divorce with Simon and him putting cease and desist. They can't film in the house. They can't film in the car. They can't say his name. She can't talk about the divorce. So it's leaving her with nothing because Portia ain't got nothing going on besides some men. I mean, we saw her have her Pampered by Portia Go Naked meeting, but how much of that is Bravo really going to show? We've already seen that Bravo, they not going to show these girls businesses like that. They not. And I'm wondering, is this because they not going to get them a portion? Or they just don't want to show Black women in a positive light? Who knows? But Portia's storylines is giving boring. It's giving you need something to do. But her something to do, y'all, and this is a side note, I might actually do a movie review on this. Portia is in the 3rd installment of Single Black Female on Lifetime. So I might review that later this week, depending. So there's that. 8 minutes in and we can finally get to the episode. So of course this episode starts with Brute. I'm going to just call her Brute because it's so close to Britt. And I'm going to jump on the wave of calling her everything but her name because people be cracking me up. Britannica, Bianca. People be cracking me up calling her every B name or word but her name. So I be mistyping and seeing Brute, so I'm going to just say Brute. So, of course, we start with Brute. She at home crying. I can't believe she would do this. She's so evil. Her husband like, what? What you talking about, huh? Oh, yeah. It look like he want to be like, didn't we already talk about this? Yeah, but we got to talk about it in front of the cameras. I can't believe she would do this to me. He don't care. He don't really care because my thing is, you flaunt to us on the TV. I was a video vixen in high school. In high school, I was that girl. And a video vixen in high school. So it's like you essentially flaunt and brag about being a hoe your whole life. And now you want to cry that somebody found out you was a hoe when you came on reality TV bragging about it. So that's the disconnect for me. And he looking at her like, y'all know that part on All About the Benjamins where she like, baby, you know you can't fight. That's what it made me think of. Like, baby, you know you a hoe. What you crying about? I know you a cam girl. Your mama knew you was a cam girl. We know that you was selling it. I don't understand the distraughtness, but all right, if you need a hug in this moment, here's a hug in this moment. But he looked like he barely wanted to get that hug, child. I just can't deal. Mingley said, just say your holiness was deleted and you married now. I said, period. Ain't that what Drea did? That's all work. My holiness has been deleted. I'm a saved woman. But we ain't gonna talk about Drea and her predatory ways. So, like I said, she is so distraught and she really feels like Kenya has had it out her from. I can't even get the words out. That's how ridiculous it is. She really feels like Kenya had it out for her from day one. The mental gymnastics, the hoops that she's jumping through, it's astounding. Like I've said in previous reviews, I just truly didn't read it as shade in a way that would make her feel like this. Kenya asked you about your ring. You pointed out that they all getting a divorce. It's a draw. We even. Why you still crying about this? Because Kenya didn't give you that titty-to-titty embrace that you wanted? It's so... She is truly a fan. She is a fan gone crazy. What was that movie? Swim fan. She is swim fan. Brute swim fan. Forget Brute Edie. Brute swim fan is her name. So she's like, I mean, we've all made mistakes in life. Like, I made the mistake of letting an ex record me when I was a teenager. And then in my early 20s, I did some cam work. I was a cam girl. I said, oh, okay, that's where Portia is getting these underage allegations from, because Britt put that emphasis on it. As a teenager. And I'm like, that is so irresponsible for you to say in that way and not clarify underage teenager or 18, 19-year-old teenager. But of course, you know, she has to live in her victimhood. She has to cloak it around her. That victimhood has to give her the hug that she wish she got from Kenya, boy. Because she's wrapping it on tight. I mean, just a crying, titties all wet. I said, I can't take her serious with these tear-stained titties. Please get her in this jean outfit with her boobs pushed up to here off my screen. She claims that she had the internet scrubbed. She had all of these pictures and stuff scrubbed from the internet, and she just does not know how Kenya got it. I said, me neither, because the fact that we ain't seen nobody bring them up, yeah, she got them from somebody. So then Kelly comes over. She's got flowers and food to come check on her friend. Like I said, Kelly is a girl's girl. I just hate that she's putting all this energy into this fake friendship with Britt. Well, fake on Britt's end. It's kind of real on Kelly's end, because she seems very genuine. So she says she shows up for people like she wants people to show up for her. I said, period. I get it. Even though it's the wrong person, I get the sentiment. She also has somebody to come in and do IV drips for a little boost. They did a little questionnaire. How you feeling? What you need? Yada, yada, yada. I said, oh, this is cool. My mom was like, y'all too bougie for me. Would you do that? I said, absolutely. Give me my vitamin B straight to the vein, baby. I be forgetting to take my vitamins. I ain't taking my vitamins today. I be forgetting to take my vitamins. Give me my monthly shot of vitamins. I used to have to do something like that when I was younger because my allergies were so bad. Like, don't just give me no little allergy pill to take. Just go on, give me something. Right there. Right there. So I get it. I would absolutely do it. We have places here that do it. Later on, we see her mom comes by to check on her. The mom and the sister look just alike, and so it has me like, dang, girl, how much work have you had done? Because you don't look like them people like that. So she mentions that the situation with Kenya has brought her and her sister closer. Okay, I guess she'll take it, you know, I guess. She talks to her mom about it, and basically they're like, yeah, these girls are such haters. They're miserable in their own lives, and they're jealous, hating me girls. Yeah, these girls are such haters. I've dealt with this all my life. Like, girls are always jealous of me, Mom. I don't understand. Then we see a scene, well, you know I'm out of word, but then we see a scene with Shamia. she has the ladies over to discuss what happened with her mama. Her mama on the edge of the couch chiming in. I don't know why. It just made me giggle that her mama was there like that. I said, she said, everybody else mama on camera doing something. Let me make my debut, baby. I said, I ain't mad at it. Go ahead, Mama Mia. Go ahead, get up in that camera. So you can be in the full conversations next season like we be seeing with Diane and Mama Diane and Portia. So, Angela asked Portia about her being messy, saying that she knew something about Charles. Portia was just like, girl, I was just playing. But then once I realized, oh, she don't realize I'm playing. She don't know me like that yet. Yeah, I should have said something. But girl, I was just playing. I said, you wasn't playing. Somebody told you that Charles Oakley get down and you need to beware, and you was walking it on back. You just saving it for a rainy day, like Ming Lee and them pictures in her phone from 11 years ago, child. So the ladies go outside to eat, and baby Angela, Queen Angela, be moving the conversations, baby. I said, bone carrier. I wonder if she gonna reveal to the larger group that it was her question that incited the mess. Now, granted, Britt is a loose cannon, so she would have blew up on Kenya for anything. But Angela's question was, you know, at the scene of the crime with the gun in its hand to start that off. So she's moving along the conversation. They ask Drew and Portia about their divorces, and Portia starts crying because PJ asks for Simon, who she usually calls Papa. PJ asks for Simon, and Portia texts him like, hey, PJ asking about you, and he read it and did not reply. I was unmoved. You know, I be watching this with my mama. My mama over there. I said, girl, I know good and well you ain't crying for no Portia. But it's the babies. It's the kids. I said, girl, PJ got a daddy. PJ ain't missing out on nothing because Simon is gone. PJ got a daddy with his own money. Okay? And then it makes me look at Portia even crazier because it's like, she's so aggy. In one episode, we see you threatening Dennis. We see you threatening Dennis for keeping PJ away from him if he films with Drew, but you crying that her fly-by-night stepdaddy don't want to be in her life no more. She got a daddy. Yeah, it may hurt for her, you know. Oh, man, I'm used to having Simon in the house. I'm used to having daddy in the house. I ain't got that no more. Yeah, that might take some adjusting but getting back used to. But, girl, y'all wasn't together that long for her to be so used to it. She'll be good in about a year. Let her go over by her daddy's house for a while. Y'all had some family days over there. Dennis look real comfortable walking up in your house anyway, so. And I'm like, girl, did you feel this way for Fallon's kids when he left her and didn't have nothing to do with them? You're the fifth wife. Why would you think that you'd be any type of still attached to this man after y'all break up? Because remember, she was like, oh, in Nigerian culture, the family usually intervenes to try to fix it before divorce. You're the fifth wife. I'm sure after the second wife, they were like, oh, okay, he on that type of time. We ain't finna be trying to intervene. We ain't finna be doing all this. So the fact that she wants to be so broken up about this, I'm like, I have no sympathy. I was like, dang, it made me sit and look at myself because I ain't had no sympathy for nobody. Well, I ain't gonna say nobody. I had sympathy for Kelly when we get to her situation. But when it comes to Britt and when it comes to Portia, I'm just looking at them like, you done? You done? So yes, y'all. Shamia is in the studio with RL from Next and B-Flat. I'm not familiar with B-Flat, but I said I was going to look him up, so I might as well just go and do it right now. What B-Flat done produced, y'all? So we already know that RL was in the group Next. Wasn't he like the main one? The lead singer? They said he wrote for Luther. He wrote for some people, for a lot of good people. Do B-Flat have a wiki page? Y'all know I'm about to go to a wiki page. Okay, I guess not. We'll have to find him later. have to find him later. But yeah, and B Flat, she in the studio. They got her re-recording a couple of things on the track. Angela and Drew both come to support. I say this the little studio dream team, huh? Shamia, Angela, and Drew, they gonna be in the studio back and forth with Drew and Shamia. I said, I'm not mad at it. Not mad at it at all. I wonder why Kelly don't be coming to the studio. Kelly got her own stuff. She ain't got time for all this extracurricular. She got stuff going on. Cause I'm like, Drew not the dream team. If it was Angela, Shamia, and Kelly, that'd be the dream team. Okay? So, yes. They talk about Portia and how she was being shady about Shamia's song. And Shamia singing the song in her confessional. They were like, can you sing a little bit of the song? She sings the full song, y'all. She said, y'all gonna hear this song. Y'all gonna hear this song. I said, period, because they showed in here when you played at the table because Portia was too busy hating, being a shady hater. She admits that, you know, she's a little timid with Portia. She's a people pleaser. And so she hasn't taught Portia has to be her friend in all of these years. And I'm like, girl. Next they talk about, you know, Portia and Drew. Have y'all talked yet? Drew was like, I just don't understand why she tripping. The way these royalties is set up, you know, this album could be putting PJ through college. Shamia was like, PJ's college is paid for. Drew said, okay, well, maybe some snacks. Drew is a clown. Drew is a whole clown. Well, maybe some snacks. How you go from this album gonna pay for PJ college tuition to maybe some snacks? She can get a couple, you know, Sam's Club, a couple Sam's Club size, you know, fruit gushers and some juice or something like that. But college tuition, girl, stop. So later on, we see Shamia and Portia go out. Portia can't film at the house, and Portia can't film at the house, so they gotta go out. They go do like a little putt-putt golf type deal. Shamia tells us that she's putting her grievances to the side because she needs to check on Portia. She's going through this divorce. It's hard times for her, and she don't want a dog pile on her. Okay. They mention, so Shamia is talking about how she's still looking about getting a surrogate for her eggs. She did like 7 rounds of IVF. She's still got some embryos left, but she was told by the doctor that it's only a 30% chance that the embryos will actually stick. So she's just kind of like down about that. Then she asked about Portia's embryo with Simon. I said, Portia got an embryo with Simon? Okay, because I was sure wondering, like, I'm surprised she ain't had no baby by him with how rich he portrayed himself to be. But I guess they was going the IVF route. So, yeah. Drew. We see Drew getting ready to leave the house because every other weekend she has to leave for Ralph to be able to roam the house, put the kids to bed, play daddy for the weekend since he's banished to the basement. I was like, what type of arrangement is this? He came upstairs like, oh, why you still here? Basically. She's like, I'm eating, my bag's already packed. I'm about to go right now. They talk about an exterminator bill, and she said, well, you're supposed to be paying it anyway. My lawyer said you're supposed to be paying it, so good. You can take that off my hands. He's like, girl, take what off your hands? You don't even do nothing. You can pay $100 exterminator bill. You don't pay no bills. I pay for everything. She was just like, you know what? I'm going to leave. And you can tell he's trying to bait her into a fight. Her and her sister are like, well, why he even come upstairs? He don't ever come upstairs. Because the camera's here. Y'all know Ralph want a peach? Y'all know Ralph want a peach. Ralph in the basement. Got his own little YouTube too. I have not looked at that. I just don't care enough. I don't care enough. There are better things to do with my time than to watch Ralph in the basement. But he got it popping. I'm sure somebody's watching it. So, yes, y'all. They there. And I'm like, is Allison always here? Is Allison her security? Does she live with them? I was confused about that. I really was. We see Kelly and her oldest daughter, Chloe, doing some yoga. They chat about the divorce since an article popped up. And Chloe kind of makes fun of her mom. My anxiety. anxiety. I said, what? I said, girl, is that your confidant? Is you sitting there just crying your eyes out to Chloe, and Chloe has the emotional responsibility of making sure you good and thus making sure the kids good when you not good? That's what it's giving. Because Chloe is like, girl, I don't want to do this meditation stuff. I want to go to therapy. I said, damn. Shit. Oh, god damn. That little girl in the bathroom cussing. That's what it made me say, because Chloe was just straight up like, girl, this meditation ain't enough. Okay? You dump on me, I need somewhere to dump. So I need to go to therapy. I said, Jesus. Let up on your baby, okay? Let up on the baby. But Chloe is her rider. She says that Chloe done caught her in shambles, crying on the bathroom floor because she hungry for love and attention, and her husband done left. Chloe had to gather the rest of the girls and just kind of kept them occupied and away from the mom so that they don't see her and get worried. Chloe tells her that she don't want to get married because what if I end up like you? No offense. Offense taken. But I really hope that, you know, she's young, so I'm sure that could change. But I really hope she does not carry that trauma throughout her adult life and her relationships, and it makes her guarded and not want to date and stuff because she saw what her stepdad put her mom through. I hope not. So Kelly has a lemon squeeze peach brunch for Britt and the girls. Portia calls to say she's too sick to come. Kelly is like, okay, girl, feel better. Take some medicine. Take everything. Just don't take nobody else's husband, okay? What if I do these days? Y'all, I was cracking up. I said, see, that's how you do it. Don't ask her no question. Why do you take that lady's husband? Just throw it up there just to be like, girl, okay, take everything. Just don't take nobody's husband. Perfect. No notes. No notes. And it was just like, girl, you know I'm just playing, girl. I love you. You know I love you, girl. I'm right back. That tickled me so. So then we see Britt gets there, and baby, if y'all ain't seen her true colors yet, she finna show them today. Kelly, you was making excuses for her blowing up and saying you ain't hear her mention no pistols the last time. Well, baby, she showed you that she is that firecracker in this scene, okay? So Britt, the girls are like, yeah, we checked on Kenya to see. Why would you check on Kenya? Why would you check on her after what she did to me? Why would you check on her? You guys really talk to Kenya? I'm like, girl, they like Kenya better than you. Okay? Kenya, even though she made that terrible mistake, that terrible thing of posting those pictures of you in her salon, they still like her better. So that should make you do some self-reflection. I hope these episodes and the feedback that she's getting online makes her self-reflect. I'm sure it won't, because you can tell from the mama that she is truly conditioned to feel like everybody is just a hater, everybody's just jealous of her. But whatever. So she's like, this is damaging my business. This is damaging my business. I said, what business? Didn't you tell us you sold the insurance company a year ago, 2 years ago, whatever? What business, girl? We ain't seen you work. We ain't heard you talk about work. Are you still licensed? She's probably not even licensed, because I heard you got to keep doing continuing education stuff. And if you're not practicing, I doubt that you're taking these continuing education stuff. You hit the jackpot with your rich husband. You trying to retire at 40 like Portia. So what business, baby? What business is Bill? And she's like, my license is taken. My license has been suspended. And Angela's like, based off what? That is literally all Angela said. Based off what? Are you crazy? Have you not been paying attention? Are you slow? Do you understand what's going on right now? Angela's like, hold on. You just ate me up. I asked you a simple question, and you just ate me up. Girl, based on what? It wasn't no investigation. It just went straight to taking your license. Like, it was like, I'm in the same field. I'm in insurance, mortgage broker field, and there has to be an investigation before the license is taken. And a lot of people are like, oh, her license can't get taken for, you know, being a cam girl and stuff like that. I'm like, y'all, we didn't see where Kenya was talking about the insurance fraud on the episode, but from the pictures that had leaked when it first happened, that was the poster board that we saw was insurance fraud, ho. I said, insurance fraud, ho. So that's probably why she was being investigated, if she even still has license. So she is just going crazy at this point. You must be slow. You must be, do you not understand? What don't you understand? She's like, no, but Angela, no, but you like to throw rocks and hide your hands, okay? You antagonized her to do this. You made this situation what it was. Yeah, she replied in a nasty way, but you kicked this off, baby girl. So stop trying to be the victim. I said, period, Angela. Angela, because she truly acts like Kenya just arrived out of the darkness with no summoning and just came to wreak havoc on your life. That's not what happened. It's just not what happened. So, what's going on? Shamia is like, I need another drink. I need another drink. They're like, she need a real drink. She need a strong drink. You can see the ladies are just annoyed at Britt's antics. And it's like they really rethinking, like, we really hanging with this girl? She really still here in Kenya gone? Like, you can see the wheels turning in everybody's head. Kelly makes them change seats because she's like, oh my God, why y'all fighting over my nice Williams-Sonoma tablecloth and my nice little peace brunch? Just a peace brunch. And I'm like, so what you got to say for your friend now? This is the second time she crashing out over nothing. Is that not how she is? That's just not the friend that I know. That's just not how she is. Now you can say that is her personality. That's how she is, babes. So they switch seats, and as soon as it calms back down, Shamia gently picks it back up and was like, okay, so what about your license? I was saying, period. Yeah, okay. And she's like, well, I'm under investigation for the defamatory comments. Angela's like, yeah, that's what I thought. Because Britt is like, they just can't, just immediately take your license. So, I'm under investigation. Yeah, that's what I thought. What did you say? What did you say? I said that's what I thought. Well, would you like to twirl on out of here? You could just twirl on out of here. Drew was like, what? Twirl? Swirl? And Angela's like, Kenya's phrase. Yep. She a fan, she a fan, she a fan. She a fan, she a fan, she a freaky little girl. She a 69 God. 69, she a 69 God. Hey, run for your life. Everybody saying insurance ho, insurance fraud ho, insurance fraud ho, insurance fraud ho. Now step this way, step this way, step this way, out the way. That's how I feel. Because I immediately went and y'all, she a fan, she a fan, she a fan. And it's like, she doesn't even realize it. She doesn't even realize that she's constantly saying Kenya's catchphrases, like things that are like Kenya, like literally Kenya's catchphrase. Not even things that like she popularized or literally things that she has come up with. It's like, you're obsessed. Brute Swim fan, you're obsessed. You need to go get checked on. So they are just, Drew is gagged, and I am too. Drew is like, that was so funny. You really made me laugh. I'm glad I can make you laugh. I'm glad I can make you laugh. I said, girl, this is truly some single black female stuff, okay? Word to Portia. This is really some single black female stuff, because I'm like, you really don't, you really want to be Kenya. You want to be in her skin. She wanted an embrace. She didn't want no tap of a hug. She wanted that rocking side to side, titties touching, walk away smelling like her perfume hug. And since she can't have it, she is cloaking herself in that victimhood. And I am tired of it already. And I really hope it don't be like this the whole season. But Shamia is over the madness. She's like, we gotta bring some fun. We gotta do something. Makes them get up and do the electric slide. You know they can't play music, so they just sit in the song, singing the song while they doing the electric slide. Shamia is so funny, y'all. She's so funny. I said, girl, this is not a Hawks game that you MC. Made them folks get up and do the electric slide. Woo! So lastly, they had Britt on Watch What Happens Live looking like Bambi. This is really what I'm calling Bambi. Bambi in that deer outfit that she had on down to the boots. I said, girl, is this a Halloween costume? What is happening here? One piece maybe would have been cute or would have been good, but the whole outfit was just giving Bambi. The first few minutes of Watch What Happens Live was like literally a grill session. It was given a gentle way of when Andy had Robin on there to talk about the whole wand stuff when she wouldn't bring it up on the season. That's what it was given. He just took a few minutes to really dig in and grill her. Not really do it, but to just, you know, damage control type do it. He did mention that the gun thread led to an investigation, but when they did the investigation, she did not have a firearm on her. I said, well, when did y'all do the investigation? If it was days later. And even if so, these girls see each other outside of the cameras being there 24/7. These girls have access to each other. So to not take that serious at a workplace, because this is a workplace, to not take that serious at a workplace is just baffling to me. Baffling. But Andy really seems to be over Britt and the victim mentality. He was real short with her when it was questions where, like, you know, they'll be playing the little games and the question would be like for the both of them, he would skip over her answer. It wasn't even a fun episode. Like, they didn't even have like the little on-screen graphics and sound bites like they usually have. It was just real like, we ain't gonna give her all that. We ain't even gonna give her all that. And I was just like, alrighty then. So that is it for this week's review of Real Housewives of Atlanta and everything that goes on in the streets surrounding it. I hope y'all enjoyed this long as one episode review. This usually would it be for 2 episodes. But I hope y'all enjoy it. I hope y'all like the video. Subscribe to the channel. It be hurting my feelings that like so many of the people that watch my videos don't even be subscribed. Just subscribe. Subscribe to your girl. Share the video. Tell your friends, tell a friend, okay? Give me some likes and stuff up. This week I am going to do, I think I might do the Single Black Female series movie review. And also, I recently read Omar Tyree, Fly Girl. So I think I'm going to do those 2 reviews some point this week or next. So be on the lookout for that, y'all. Until the next video, be easy, cover yourself. Make sure you give the people that you care about a good hug so they don't breathe it in you, okay? Bang.